Nice view, wasn't it, from the North Shore Event Centre, looking over downtown Auckland. And that's where we are for this New Zealand Open, the SKYCITY New Zealand Badminton Open. And we've had one final down, 4 to go. We know the mixed doubles has gone to the teenagers of Zhang and Chen. Is another teenager about to win the next? Well, the answer is yes, because we've got 2 of them in the women's singles final.
Welcome to the introduction for the women's singles final here at the SKYCITY New Zealand Badminton Open 2015. Your umpire from Australia, David Turner. Your service judge from New Zealand, Sydney Gallos. Introducing your players in the women's singles final. Would you please welcome from China, Huibing Zhao.
And what a talent this young girl seems to be. We've just
been
talking
from
about
Japan,
2 previously.
Saena Kawakami.
Yeah, you feel like it's going to be a tough proposition for Kawakami, who really upset the odds a little bit yesterday in her semi-final win against Jiayuan of Hong Kong. If Huibing Zhao plays anything like we saw her play yesterday, Oliver, I mean, listen, I've not seen Kawakami in action, to be fair, but it's hard to see anyone stopping her, particularly at this level. She won a couple of weeks ago. She's confidence is sky high. Will it be as one-sided, you think, as maybe what we saw in the mixed doubles?
Well, for Kawakami's sake, hopefully not. But yeah, yesterday Huibing Zhao was just a class above. Ohori from Japan, she made it look easy. She was in control, rather, the whole match. And it'll be interesting to see if Kawakami can do anything different. Maybe she's learned from watching the match yesterday, where maybe she can score some points, particularly in that forehand corner on the front court of Huibing Zhao, but it's not going to be easy.
Well, Kawakami is still playing junior badminton. Her last tournament was the German juniors, where she made the semi-final. She's come to a senior tournament, she's come through qualifying, and she's made a final. She must feel like, in a way, she's won already. Yeah,
it's a phenomenal achievement for anybody to come through qualifying in a Grand Prix Gold event and then find themselves still playing on Sunday.
This is the young lady that she has to be, and well, you can only be impressed if you've been watching Huibing Zhao. Asia Junior Champion, Olympic Youth Champion, World Junior Silver Medalist. She comes with some pedigree, and look at that career win-loss ratio. This year, obviously, winner of the China Masters as well. Her 2nd senior title, her 1st at Grand Prix Gold level as well. Now on the verge of another here this afternoon. And this is how she's done it all the way in straight games. And look, 41 minutes as long as she's been on court. That's when she didn't take the match straight away. She had 2 match points before coming through against Nidera at 22-20 in the 2nd. It's a tough proposition, isn't it, for Saena Kawakami? Her world ranking gives you an idea. 610. Now, obviously, she's not played that many senior events, but still, yeah, she's here. She's in the final.
She's clearly miles better than 610 in the world. To make a Grand Prix Gold final from qualifying in your first effort outside of Japan. But like you say, she's only 17, and to have like a 17 and 18-year-old in a final of a Grand Prix Gold is crazy to see the depth of women's singles and world badminton at the moment.
Yeah, unbelievable. 17, 18-year-old won the gold in the last match, and here's how she got here. As you can see yesterday, coming through in 3 games in just over an hour. Straight games prior to that as well. She has won this year, actually. She won the Dutch junior event back in January. So, well, you've got to think she's going to be a little bit nervous ahead of this. A really big proposition ahead for her. Let's hear her thoughts then. She's been talking to Steve.
Saena, congratulations on making your first Grand Prix final. How are you feeling right now?
おめでとうございます。初めてのグランプリゴールド決勝とお気持ちは？
初めてですごく緊張するんですけど、やっぱり自分はチャレンジャーの気持ちを忘れずに頑張っていきたいと思います。
Well, this is the first time for myself to be in the final in Grand Prix Gold, but she feels like she's a challenger, so she's going to give her best shot. She's trying.
Well, we're sure she will. I mean, in a way, she's got nothing to lose, has she? Pressure's off here, off her. I would say she's achieved more than probably what she expected to this week.
Yeah, absolutely. She reached the final, like you said, coming from qualifying, and I'm sure she was extremely happy to win the semi last night. So maybe she's going to play with nothing to lose, or is she the type that's going to expect to just continue the good form and try and come out on top?
On my right, He Bingjiao, China. On my left, Saena Kawakami, Japan. He Bingjiao will serve, love all, play.
Well, the expectations in this women's singles is for another win here for China. But you have to say, Kawakami's upset the odds this week already a few times. Maybe she can do it again. Her Bingjiao already trying to stamp some influence on them, just wide though with that cross court.
It's a real trademark of her Bingjiao, the cross-court cuts and angles that she has from the back of the court.
Over, 1-all.
Yeah, we saw against Ahari yesterday. Ahari tried to exploit the front of the court, didn't she, against her Bingjiao? There aren't many weaknesses there.
No, not at all.
Oh, she got to that one, Kawakami.
Service over.
Settled nicely, hasn't she?
1.
That was well played.
She's not very demonstrative, is she? You know, 17-year-old first final Grand Prix gold level. There's no excitement in the face there, is it? And that's what you need, really.
Yeah, she's come out very focused and looks in control early on.
Great thing about being here at the venue, and obviously you get to stay in the hotel where the players are. You get to see them out and about. I've noticed Kawakami, you know, she was waiting for the bus this morning. You know, again,
4-1.
very laid back, headphones on, just listening to some music. Last night I saw her Bingjiao out having some ice cream and with some of her friends. You know, they're just take it in their stride. Wow.
Exactly the start that Kawakami was after.
1.
Saw a little bit more aggression in that really from her Bingjiao, but came up with the error.
Well, it's great from a neutral perspective, isn't it, to see Kawakami start so well, settle into the match very quickly. Yeah, we want to see some tension. We want to see some exciting badminton, don't we?
Yeah, the 5 semi-finals that we called yesterday were all pretty clear-cut winners, and the same in the mixed doubles this morning. So it'd be good to get a bit more crowd involved as well. And you didn't see that from He Bingjiao yesterday.
Yeah, no, everything was coming off the middle of the racket.
6-2.
Maybe there's some nerves from her. As I said, that for Kawakami, nothing to lose. All the expectations, all the pressure really is on her Bingjiao's shoulders, aren't they? Look at that. That's a delightful shot. Great wrist there.
Yeah, that's what Ahori was able to do yesterday in patches, just bring her Bingjiao from that around the head corner in the rear court on the diagonal to the forehand in the front. A little bit too flat there from Kawakami, and Bingjiao was able to score the point with a smash winner down the line.
3-7.
well wide from Bing Zhao. And it's hardly crisis time for her, but
8-3.
she won't be best pleased with the way things have started here.
He just seems to be a little bit impatient.
Bing Zhao winning the point, but again, quite an encouraging rally really for Kawakami this, because she stuck around well, didn't she? And I see what you mean by impatience as well. There certainly is that from Bing Zhao.
9-4.
Yeah, Kawakami is certainly more skillful in a counter-attack type of game than Ohori was yesterday.
Just long from Kawakami. I mean, really, you know, I go through all the events that these girls play. Obviously, I don't get to see Kawakami playing in the junior badminton, and looking at, you know, the senior events. You know, the best she'd done is the Osaka International on home soil. She made the last 16 this year. Obviously, she's done well in junior tournaments, as you'd expect given the badminton that we're seeing. But here she is, 2-3 steps ahead of where she's been previously. Stung into action now, isn't she, Bing Zhao?
Service over 6-10.
Yeah, it's come out the wrong side of the bed this morning. Maybe she didn't have that ice cream last night.
Interval.
Bing Zhao up against it.
It's a different Bing Zhao that we've seen from yesterday so far. There's been plenty of unforced errors, easy mistakes, just like we've seen in that last point there. So I'm not sure what happened, if she's feeling a bit more pressure being in the final today. I don't know what it is.
Well, I watched her a couple of weeks ago in the final of the China Masters, and she played against He Shui, and it was over very, very quickly. She came out firing, a complete opposite to how she's come out today. But we have to give a lot of the credit as well, don't we, to her Japanese opponent at the other end.
Yeah, absolutely. She's given nothing away so far, and she's just been able to put a little more pressure on her than Ohori did in the semi-final yesterday. Just looks, maybe that's what's forcing the mistakes. Just a little bit earlier on the net and making Bing Zhao cover that extra step in a bigger court.
Play.
Kawakami. This is incredible.
Yeah, brilliantly worked rally from Kawakami there.
12-6.
I mean, the previous shot, she's got it right perfectly in the corner, and then the touch at the net. Just spot on.
Play.
And now you feel like Bing Zhao feels she needs to do something special to win a point.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how she combats this. I mean, she hasn't really been tested so far this week, and she's been able to play her A game the whole time. Maybe she needs to come with a plan B today.
Oh, this is just... She's on the money today, Kawakami.
14.
I mean,
6.
this is an 8-point lead now she's got
It's been an exquisite display of control so far from Kawakami, just really making He Bingjiao cover all four corners.
We'll have some of that back, but at the moment Kawakami unflappable.
Service over. 7-14.
Yeah, it's wide from Bingjiao. Another perfectly played point from
Service
Kawakami.
15-7.
I tell you what, she wasn't far away from getting that one back either. Bingjiao, you just feel like she's having to work so hard to get
Service
every
over.
point.
8-15.
Yeah, she really is. It's been a step up from any of her other matches so far this week.
Which makes this a really tantalising prospect, this women's singles match now. Kawakami can maintain this level. Nothing to suggest, and this nerves start to get on because
Service over. 16.
there's no expectations for her coming into the final. But you suddenly get a lead like this, suddenly there is some expectation.
Yeah. Brilliant again. So quick to come forward and take it early on the net.
8.
That's just on the line.
Service over. 9-17.
No, that was a misjudgment. That was in.
Service over.
Terrific shot from
18,
Kawakami again.
9.
She's really mixing it up nicely.
A rare mistake.
Service over. 10-18.
It's perfect on the line. She played really well in that rally, her Bingjiao, but she's still unable to dominate.
11-18.
Yeah, both these players just playing with some sublime control. Everything is so close to the lines. Both playing really, really well. Yeah, inch perfect.
That's more like it.
12.
Finishes to win this
18.
game, her Bingjiao. She just needs a little bit of this, doesn't she? Just give her the encouragement to turn this match around.
Yeah, you just sense a little momentum shift. It probably won't be enough for her Bingjiao to take this first game,
18.
but it'll certainly give her some confidence heading into the second.
It's the first time in the match she's had any kind of rhythm. some questions to be asked for
14, 18.
Kawakami for the first time. 4 points in a row, gap down to 4.
Another error from He Bingjiao, puts it back to 5 again.
Service
That's a let-off, isn't it, really?
14.
Just started to build up some momentum. Game points to Saena Kawakami, 6 of them.
20. Game point 14.
Almost.
Service over. 15, 20.
But I think there's been enough at the end of this game, hasn't there, for He Bingjiao to
16,
feel that there is a way
20.
of still winning this title.
Yeah, she just seems to be finding a little bit more rhythm, not being wrong-footed as easily as she was earlier on in the set.
But she's still facing 4 game points here. Saved a couple so far. That's wide, and well, a little bit of a surprise. 17-year-old Japanese star Saena Kawakami takes the opening game, and so convincingly. What a performance! 21-16. Well, we weren't expecting quite that opening set, were we?
It's a dream start, really, for Kawakami to come out and play as she did. She was able to move He Bingjiao to all 4 corners of the court and make sure she had to really cover from line to line. It really paid off for her.
Now the tough prospect is to maintain that level and see the job through, because whatever the game plan was, it's been well thought out and it's working so far.
Yeah, I think He Bingjiao is far too good to be able to play the same way against the whole way through the match. So it'll be interesting to see how, firstly, He Bingjiao responds, and then Kawakami in turn to her changes.
You can see a little bit of the emotion there, can't you, on He Bingjiao's face. You know, she knows she's got to start performing to the level she knows she's capable of, because as well as Kawakami's played, and we've got to take nothing away from her, we know He Bingjiao can play better.
Certainly do. Yeah, she's just a little bit frustrated that she's not quite being able to play at her best today so far, but that can always change.
There's time.
Plenty.
Well, what an opportunity for Saena Kawakami. Can she win her first senior title?
Second game. Love all.
Well,
Play.
an opportunity beckons here for Saena Kawakami. World ranking, well, should we pay attention, of 610. She's certainly playing nothing like that. The qualifier taking the opening set here.
Much better signs from He Bingjiao on that point.
Love.
It's moving a little bit faster and in control for the entire rally.
Two. love.
Just a little flat-footed there.
Service over. 1-2.
Kawakami gets off the mark in this second game. That's better from Herbing Zhao.
Service over. 3-1.
Do you fancy a three-setter here?
Quite possibly.
Service over. 2-3.
Yeah, nothing hurried, is there, Kawakami? She just playing as she was just a few weeks ago in junior tournaments. That's a stunner.
Yeah, that's more of the Herbing Zhao we saw yesterday. More patient, content to work Kawakami around the back line and then create the opportunity for herself.
It's fair to say she's got the crowd support here as well. There's quite a big Chinese community, isn't there, in Auckland, and obviously a fair few of turnout here at the North Shore Events Centre. Well, they know as well that she's got a struggle on her hands here, so I'm trying to give her the encouragement.
Over. 3-4.
Yeah, the volume from the crowd has certainly increased in the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, it was good. I mean, she gave a look there, Herbing Zhao, so she was convinced that was heading long, but obviously not the case.
Yeah, Kawakami's been extremely good at making sure the height on her lifts is exactly right. She's not giving Herbing Zhao any time at the back line to create the angles and dangerous attacks that she has. And that's perfect.
Well, that was the big question. Could she maintain the level that she was showing in the first game? And the answer is quite positive so far, isn't it, for the Japanese girl? Well, I was saying about the same point of the game in the opening game. It's not yet crisis time for Herbing Zhao. It is now.
Yeah, it's still early days in the second, but if she hasn't been able, she built a little bit of momentum in the first 3 or 4 points, but Kawakami's wrestled it straight back again. It's a great lift.
Whereas Kawakami's
7-4.
weighted lifts and clears are perfect, Herbing Zhao just that little bit off the mark, and that makes all the difference. The umpire here is just saying to her not to celebrate the point until the call's been made from the line judge that it is out.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you could influence the decision. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the reasoning behind it. Yeah, you can be deemed to be influencing the line judge if you celebrate before they call. Broken string. It's great control. Losing that rally is really going to hurt Herbing Zhao. Even with a broken string, Kawakami still able to keep it in play.
I mean, it's that kind of day for her at the moment, isn't it? Break a string. You could probably tie one hand behind her back. She's just hitting the middle of the racket. game up.
8-4, play.
And as you can hear, a 4-point lead for Saena Kawakami.
Yeah, a little bit too flat on that occasion from Kawakami.
Service
Just
over.
allowed Herbingjiao to intercept it.
5-8.
Put the cross-court smash in for a winner. She knows it too.
It's becoming frustrating, isn't it, for her, Herbingjiao, because she actually played very well during the majority of that rally. Probably thought she played a couple of shots there which were going to open things up for her, but they just didn't open up.
Yeah, it's credit to Kawakami. Her shot quality has been sublime so far. She just hasn't allowed Herbingjiao to do anything. And then when you do get half a chance like that, you feel like you have to put it on the floor, and then it sometimes can draw the error.
And again, she's done it again here, but she's still not really dominating the point. Kawakami's just got the answers at the moment. Commentator's curse, they call that.
Throws her arms up in frustration, but again, a brilliantly worked point. This makes Herbingjiao move from the back line all the way to the front.
9.
Just snatched it a little bit. It's nice to see a reaction like that. She's enjoying it, and so she should, you know. Here she is, Grand Prix Gold final, and she's playing to the best of her ability up against an opponent whose reputation just speaks for itself, you know, Olympic youth, world, Asian medals, you know.
Yeah, so often in finals as well, often you see pairs that aren't able to pull out their best, but they just have to fight. But when you can play as well as Kawakami is, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Service over. 10-6.
Wasn't going to get that one back.
No. Service over. 7-10.
Again, just getting it slightly wrong. Kawakami. It doesn't take much with the game she's trying to play. She needs to get the height exactly right to get it over Herbingjiao and keep it in the court as well. Just been a little bit flat in the last two occasions. Again, a well-played point, though, from Kawakami. Just keeping Herbingjiao on the back line, forcing her to try and create something from back there, which is very difficult to do. Came up with the error that time, but she's doing the right things.
Play.
Fighting here hard. Herbingjiao to try and grab some kind of footing in this final. Well, she has a game lead, but now she has an interval lead, Saena Kawakami here in this second game, 11-9.
Yeah, it hasn't been the turnaround that we thought Jiayuan would be able to come up with early on in the second set. She hinted at it early, but Kawakami's just been too good.
Well, she's 10 points away now from a first senior title. 10 big points. They won't be easy to come, and they'll probably get harder, you would assume, the closer she gets to the to that finishing line. Just got to try somehow to maintain the standard she has set here in this final.
Yeah, what she's done so well is just hasn't given Jiayuan any opportunities to attack. An attack with danger, I guess.
11-9. Play.
It's been so hard from being put right on the back line to really create anything that's going to hurt Kawakami. Again, perfectly executed.
Oh, that was tight.
And again, you see a little bit of impatience from Jiayuan, just trying to create the winner when maybe she shouldn't have.
9.
Got it right that time.
Service over. 10-12. Thank you.
Well, a heavy fall, but I think it's her pride that's hurting more than anything right now.
10.
I mean, you must have had it yourself, Oliver. You know, some days you step out and court, you see the shuttle perfectly. Others, days your legs start moving just too slowly. They feel very heavy.
Yeah, especially when you come up against quality opposition that's not going to give you any chance to attack and really score your points. You have to work so hard for every chance, and then like Jiayuan does, sometimes goes for a little too early. Because she has to work so hard, she feels she has to do more when she does get that sometimes half chance.
There was another time she was trying to play the tightest of net shots because she knows otherwise it's not going to be a winner.
Yeah, Kawakami's just going to lift it straight on the back line, and then she has to start her work all over again. Just unable to create any sustained pressure.
This time it did go out. Celebration of relief. More than anything there from Jiayuan.
14.
Oh, that's brilliant. classy shots in this rally, wasn't there?
14. Right.
Oh, did she mean to leave that, or was she trying to get to that?
I think credit to her, it was the last minute
Service over.
pulling out from hitting that shot.
12.
Right decision. 3-point lead, and now 6 points away from taking the New Zealand Open title. Oh, excellent from Kawakami, because you can see her being shouted, trying to up the pace, but to no avail.
Absolutely, yeah. It's clever from Kawakami. She's just not giving her Bijal the opportunities to be able to hit 3 or 4 dangerous shots in a row. Every time she comes with pace, she'll take the pace out of it, move her Bijal to the other side, give herself a chance to get back in the rally. Just long.
Yeah. It's always a surprise when she's not on the money.
Service over. 13. 16.
Clearly out.
Service over. 17. 13.
Well done.
Yeah, well worked from her Bijal.
Service over.
Realised the cross court was coming. Kawakami.
Pop up, please. 14. 17.
She feeling the pace a bit, you think?
Possibly. Maybe after she had a good tournament in China Masters, had a week off, and now is in the final here as well. Maybe it's just some fatigue coming in.
And she hasn't really been worked like this in any of those matches over the last few weeks.
No, and of course when you have to take that extra step and all the time you're being pushed and pushed and pushed, it does take its toll physically.
Just wide from Kawakami.
$15, 17.
That's good as well. The gap's been closed.
$16, 17.
inevitable. Those points just become harder, don't they, when you're getting closer to achieving that ultimate goal.
Yeah, maybe she just tenses up just a fraction, and it's just enough to bring a few errors into her game.
Just didn't fall the right side of the net for her, being Jiayuan. I think she's hurt. I think she's hurt herself a little bit there.
Service
Made a great effort to retrieve it.
Yeah, it was some great retrieval from her in that rally. That one there.
Just in the middle. Just in the middle. And towards me.
Well, it's good to see that she's not seeing it. Obviously, we're watching the replay, but she's back out on court now. Obviously, still feeding it, but there's no, delaying tactics or anything like that.
No. It's good. She seems to be okay.
Trying to stay alive.
Service over, 18-all.
Asking for a towel down the players, but she saw the gap, exploited it.
Yeah, she seemed to find a way to be able to play those shots from an unbalanced position now. Cutting out the mistakes that she was making with them earlier.
Clever, deceptive. Good time to do it as well.
Yeah, great time to come up with something different that Herbing Jiayuan hasn't seen before.
18.
She probably has, but not from Kawakami today.
For the kill. It touched the racket of Herbing Jiayuan. It's match points.
20. Match point.
It's New Zealand Open title points for Saena Kawakami. Obviously, some in the crowd didn't realise it must have touched her racket, but
Yeah, you couldn't tell from Herbing Jiayuan's reaction either.
the umpire was convinced.
That length is so good.
It's good! It's good! And Saena Kawakami has just won the New Zealand Open. Her first victory at senior level. The qualifier, the 17-year-old from Japan, has come all the way through the tournament to take gold. What a performance.
Yeah, I mean, we were singing Herbing Jiayuan's praises after yesterday's match and in the lead up to today's one, but that was unbelievably impressive from Kawakami. Just never gave Herbing Jiayuan an opportunity to get in the match, and even when she did it when it was close at the end of the second, she was able to close it out.
Well, you have to say that's a bit of a surprise. 21-16, 21-18. Saena Kawakami, your champion. Well, she's gone from last time out semi-finals of the German juniors to winner of a Grand Prix gold title. That's quite a step up.
It's not bad for a first senior tournament.
First one outside of Japan. Yeah, it's extraordinary the way the sport does that. There was Herbing Jiayuan winning the China Masters, straight games all the way through to the winning that title, straight games wins all the way through to the final here. But credit to Kawakami, she exploited all the weaknesses that were there, and She just played to her optimum level, really, didn't she?
Yeah, she played a fantastic game today, and the plan that she had, she executed pretty much perfectly. There was a couple of nervy moments at the end of the second. But
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
yeah, it was a really, really polished performance from
women's singles
Kawakami.
final at the SKYCITY New Zealand Badminton Open. Your presenters, Julie Garlick, SKYCITY Marketing Manager, and SKYCITY VIP, Terry Eyre. Runner-up in the women's singles. Please show your thoughts and appreciation for China's Hui Bing Zhao. And the winner of the women's singles final at the SKYCITY New Zealand Open from Japan, Saena Kawakami. One more time, a round of applause for the winner and runner-up in the women's singles final.
So what a performance from Kawakami. Let's see what she makes it all. She's going to be talking right now with Stephen again.
Smiles all around, Saena. Congratulations. How emotional is it to win your first senior title?
まだ勝った優勝した気分には慣れてないです。
She's not feeling she just won the title. She can't get it just yet.
What was the game plan against your opponent? You seem to want to run her around and take her power game away.
作戦はどんな感じで、相手をね振り回した感じなんですけど。
相手が日本人とやってる試合を見てカットがすごく上手い選手なのでポジションを前にしてなるべくカットでやられない対策を。
It's a little bit complicated, but she has watched her matches, in the past and how she was playing. So she was trying to get forward and trying to not cut the shots before she hits the back.
It's been a dream week for you as a qualifier. Can we see you back here next year?
来年来る予定ありますか？すごく今年良かったので来年来る予定あります。
また来年も優勝したいです。
She wants to come back and win.
We'll have you back. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That could well be the biggest smile of the day, couldn't it? She is one happy young lady, and good to see her enjoying a special moment. Yeah, it really was for her. And she'd obviously worked it out tactically. She said she had been watching her Bing Zhao, but the hard thing is in a final like this to play to the plan.
Yeah, exactly. It's one thing to know or have a plan in place that you want to do, but another thing to execute it, especially in a final and a first Grand Prix gold final for someone who's 17 years old. It was impressive, again, the maturity she showed and the execution that she was able to achieve.
Yeah, 21-16 the first game, and then could she see it through? Could she maintain that level? And the answer obviously was yes, she could.
Yeah, I think maybe that's one area of that Jiayuan can improve on, to try and come up with a different game or a solution when she gets pushed around on the back line and her attacking shots get taken out of the equation like it was today.
Oh, she won't forget New Zealand in a hurry, will she? Saena Kawakami. Look at that. She's victorious. Japan has gold. And of course, next up, a really interesting men's singles affair.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special presentation now being made in our presentation area, representing the Badminton World Federation. If you please acknowledge and welcome Bevan Mahalega as he makes a presentation to Bevan Smith, President of Badminton New Zealand, to acknowledge the hosting of this gold status Grand Prix tournament.